Update 1 on Major Hurricane Raymond, which is currently located near the coast of Mexico with winds of 120 miles per hour and a pressure of 955 millibars. Current position 16.2 degrees north, 102.3 degrees west, and the storm's expected to remain in that general position for the next 24 to 48 hours, possibly intensifying just a little bit more before beginning to weaken and then moving off to the west. We have hurricane warnings in effect for Tepoztlán to Lázaro Cárdenas, hurricane watch for Acapulco to Tepoztlán as well, and tropical storm warnings in that same location too, where we have those hurricane watches. So it's all going on along the coast of Mexico there. We could see some hurricane conditions and indeed heavy rainfall as well. Sea surface temperatures right now where the storm is around 29 to 30 degrees Celsius perhaps. Certainly warm enough for more sustained development which could occur, though we may get some land interaction which will inhibit that. Intensity comparisons, this one's a little bit out of date, but it shows one or two of the models peaking at the storm at 120, 125 miles per hour, which it looks like it will do just that. This is what the track forecast says. You see the blue line there actually taking it overland, the green one taking it very close, but the red one is what the official forecast is currently saying, stalling not too far from the coast of Mexico and then moving off towards the west. So we could see a closer approach to land. Shear comparisons are relatively moderate at the moment, around 15 knots, and that will remain the case for quite a while. Sea surface temperatures will gradually fall as the storm moves out to sea, but at the moment it certainly appears as though sea surface temperatures will not be an issue for this storm Raymond, and the relative humidity is generally trending downwards. You can see here around 60% at the moment, but that's going to drop to around 45 in the next few days, which could cause some complications for the storm if some dry air gets infiltrated into the system. Of course, the latest satellite imagery, you can see how the storm's located off the coast of Mexico. Quite a well-defined eye there as well. You can certainly see it quite easily, and it hasn't been moving much either in the past few hours. This is what the in the past few frames showing around 12 hours of footage here, and the storm's been moving generally towards the northwest, curving towards the north by the looks of things, and that will remain the case. Northward movement probably for the next few hours, maybe even for the next day, before the storm begins to move towards the west and then accelerate off out to sea by the looks of things in around 2 to 3 days time. But you can see here fairly intense rainfall over Mexico as well, could be causing some flooding if that remains prolonged. Some intense rainfall activity encountering the coastline of Mexico there too. So the world tropics right now, as of October 21st at 1 PM UTC, Raymond's over there, of course, Category 3 storm. Invest 90L in the Atlantic, which could develop into a tropical storm in the next few days, 40% chance on that one. Invest 95S in the southern Indian Ocean. Typhoon Francisco and Tropical Storm Lekima in the Western Pacific, and also another system in the South Pacific which could form into a tropical storm there as well. Here's the Pacific Ocean, Raymond right now over there near the Mexican coastline. Nothing else looking like it's going to form in the Eastern Pacific in the next few days, and it has been a fairly active season as well. It's the 14th busiest season on record so far. 19 tropical storms, 8 hurricanes, and now 1 major hurricane. It's been looking a little bit bare until then. 1968 was the last time that we never had a major hurricane in either the Atlantic or Pacific basin, and there it is up there in 10th position, which is rather interesting to have so many storms but no major hurricanes, but it did happen. And you see 2009 up there in 9th place as well, 1997 in 13th. You can track this storm at the website force13.com/stormtracking.html. That's the main page for it. There you can see all the current systems out there, including post-tropical storms and invests, storms that could develop into tropical storms in the next few days. And elsewhere on the web you can find us Facebook and Twitter. To search Force 13 on either of those. You should find us fairly easily enough, and as always, please do show support by doing the usual means of engagement: liking, subscribing, commenting, favoriting, following, or indeed anything else that you can think of that I cannot right now. I always say the same thing, I know. And if you have any comments or questions about the storm, or indeed anything storm related, you can feel free to do so by commenting underneath the YouTube video or by private message if you so wish, and I'll do my best to get back to you in a reasonable amount of time. The next update on this storm will probably be at about, well, if things get interesting with possible landfall, it will probably be quite soon, maybe 10 PM UTC this evening, but failing that, it will probably be around the same time tomorrow. That will be 12 PM UTC on Tuesday, the 22nd of October. But until then, that's all for now.